DePIN is more than infrastructure on-chain. It is a marketplace where providers contribute real-world capacity, users pay for services, and incentives help balance supply, demand, and utilization. In this section, we'll look at what makes that marketplace sustainable. You now have the DePIN Foundation. What it is, why it matters now, its major categories, and the competitive landscape. Next, we'll shift from what DePIN networks are to how they work as businesses, connecting supply, demand, incentives, economics, and governance. A DePIN marketplace often has more than two sides. Providers contribute real-world capacity, such as radios, servers, sensors, vehicles, or storage. Customers create demand by paying for useful services. Developers build applications that make that capacity easier to consume. Token holders and governance participants help fund, secure, and steer the system. The protocol coordinates the market through pricing, rewards, quality rules, and settlement, so supply appears where demand actually exists. At the operating level, a DePIN has three core jobs. Suppliers provide real-world capacity, such as compute, sensors, connectivity, vehicles, or energy. Customers pay for useful services, and they care about reliability, coverage, performance, and data quality. The protocol acts as the measurement and settlement layer. It verifies that work happened, converts usage into economic signals, and distributes rewards. Good design sends tokens toward capacity that customers actually value, not just capacity that happens to exist. Supply does not come from one centralized provider. It comes from many specialized contributors. Operators keep infrastructure running, such as hotspots, servers, sensors, chargers, or storage nodes. Hardware deployers place devices where they create real coverage or utility. Data contributors add observations, telemetry, imagery, and measurements. Asset owners turn idle rooftops, vehicles, batteries, or devices into productive network resources. Together, these roles convert scattered physical assets into usable, measurable capacity. For suppliers, participation is an investment decision, not just a token earning opportunity. Operators ask, what hardware do I buy? How hard is installation? And when do I recover my costs? Token rewards can bootstrap participation, but volatility makes payback uncertain. Then come real-world constraints: uptime, power, connectivity, maintenance, and location quality. Hobbyists may tolerate more ambiguity. Professional and enterprise operators usually need clearer service expectations, predictable utilization, and a credible path to long-term ROI. Capacity only matters if the network can prove it is real and useful. A node should not earn rewards just for claiming capacity. Verification checks where it is, whether it stays online, how well it performs, and whether customers actually use it. Proof can come from cryptography, peer checks, hardware attestations, or demand signals. Without strong verification, incentives attract spoofing, fake nodes, Sybil attacks, and reward farming instead of reliable service. Demand in DePIN is not one buyer group. It can be any organization, developer, app, or protocol that pays because the network solves a real infrastructure problem. Enterprises may need storage, connectivity, compute, or sensor data. Developers package those services into products. Consumers often access them indirectly. Public agencies, AI teams, and other protocols may buy capacity, datasets, or telemetry. The key test is simple. Who has a recurring need strong enough to pay? Customers don't choose DePIN just because the architecture is decentralized. They choose it when it beats the incumbent on a job they already care about: lower cost, wider coverage, faster rollout, open access, or stronger resilience. Demand is earned through practical comparisons against centralized providers. For enterprises, the promise must come with uptime, compliance, support, and predictable pricing. For developers, it must be easy to integrate with clear APIs, good documentation, reliable tooling, and simple billing. Strong supply is only half the equation. A DePIN network still has to earn demand through the right channel for each buyer. Enterprises may need pilots, contracts, SLAs, and procurement support. Developers need clean APIs, documentation, grants, and integrations. Consumers need simple apps and distribution. Other protocols need reliable interfaces they can compose with. The goal is to move interest through a funnel: awareness, trial, integration, paid usage, and eventually expansion based on proven value. Liquidity works a bit like a city transit system. It only functions when enough routes, vehicles, and riders line up at the right times and places. In DePIN, supply liquidity means usable infrastructure is available where customers need it. Demand liquidity means paying users are there to consume that capacity. For physical networks, geography is critical. For compute and storage, location may matter less, but speed, uptime, and reliability still determine whether the market can clear efficiently. Utilization is where deployed supply becomes economic output. A node, hotspot, server, or device creates value when customers actually use it through paid requests, active hours, bandwidth sold, or completed jobs. Low utilization can mean the network is subsidizing idle capacity, often because supply is in the wrong place or demand is weak. Higher utilization improves operator returns and makes revenue more durable. But it is important to separate rewarded activity from activity customers truly pay for. One common DePIN failure mode is paying for presence instead of value. If every device earns the same reward, operators rush to add nodes even where customers are absent. The network looks large, but emissions rise, utilization stays low, and poor service damages trust. Healthier networks may start with bootstrapping incentives, but then shift rewards toward verified usage, uptime, location quality, and customer outcomes. They also monitor fraud and uneconomic capacity because sustainable supply must be useful, reliable, and actually demanded. A healthy DePIN marketplace is not just about adding more nodes. Supply has to be verified, useful, and matched to real customer demand. As utilization grows, revenue improves supplier ROI, which supports reinvestment and better coverage. The main control levers are incentives, pricing, standards, and governance. If rewards pay for activity nobody uses, the loop breaks. If rewards shift toward valuable service delivery, the network has a stronger path to economic sustainability. DePIN succeeds when useful supply meets real demand. Operators, deployers, nodes, and data contributors must deliver verified infrastructure that customers actually use. Liquidity and utilization turn capacity into economic value. Next, we'll connect this marketplace logic to token incentives, bootstrapping, tokenomics, pricing, ROI, and governance alignment.